Yo, welcome back. We are doing day 4 today of the advent of cyber. So if you guys like this channel, if you guys like the content, hit that sub button. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. We killed our goals this year, so thank you so much for that. Let's go ahead and get into it. This one was actually pretty fun because this is something I did on my channel a while ago. Not this exact attack, but pretty close. And I really enjoy this specific tool, Cool. If you've never used Cool, you'll enjoy it as well, hopefully. But we'll find out. So let's go ahead and dive into it. And if you're watching this, hopefully you guys checked out the other 3 beforehand because you want to get as many points as you can to get the raffle tickets. So here we go. Cool. What is it? So first off, Cool is a tool that allows you to create word lists, password lists, username lists, all that stuff. It's going to spider and crawl the website, right? And it's going to look for unique words. Now you can get very specific with what type of words you're looking for, how many characters, all that stuff. But for now, we're going to just use the basics. And you can see here's the help menu. They've got help, all this stuff. We're going to show you kind of some of it. Now, if you are using your own VM and not using the attack box, go ahead and install Cool. Pretty easy, pretty simple. It comes with the repositories. So here you can see they're just going straight for it. They're saying no syntax, just Cool, and then the website. And what it's going to do is it's going to actually go through there and look for unique words. And you can see this is just a basic word list. Start, end, and the Antarctic crafts. Now, some of you might say, okay, well, what's the point of this? It's psychologically, it's proven that if you see words all the time, you're going to start using them. So then we can assume that if a large-scale company, some of the people at that company are going to use them for passwords. So what we're doing is we're looking for keywords that maybe are unique to a company. Okay, for instance, Facebook, right? That's not a real word. If you go to the dictionary, now don't correct me if it is put in the dictionary. I don't know if it is now, but that word was invented for the application, right? So that's not a real word. But how many people at Facebook might use Facebook in their password, right? Probably a decent amount. So we need to use that to our advantage. So that's what we're going to do. So you can see Cool, HTTP, and then they write it to an output.txt. And then they can actually go ahead and use that for a dictionary attack. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Now it says why use Cool. Use it because it's got a lot of syntax capabilities. So you can see they have target specific word lists. They have depth of search, so you can actually tell it how many directories do you want to dive deep in a website. That's really nice because you'll see us use it here, and we're going to go ahead and use it right here when we say depth. The practical right here, we say depth of 0. That's because we only want it to do that part of the site. We only want it to use the team.php. We don't want to generate words from anywhere else. But we can, on the flip side of that, we can actually say, hey, let's go ahead and spider the entire website. So it's really cool that you can do all this stuff, but we're going to go ahead and dive into it. It looks like the scenario is we need to go to this website right here. And there's a couple of things you need to gather from it, so we'll go ahead and do that. So let's get the IP up here. We're going to say get the IP 10.175.239 and login.php. Okay, so it looks like there's a login page. Now, here we need a username and password. That's what we're going to get, or that's what we're going to try and make a word list for. So let's go ahead and do that first, right? So they're giving you the syntax here, so this is a pretty straightforward one, but I wanted to cover it so that you guys have a little bit more understanding of it rather than just watching or just typing it in. So you have Cool, that's the tool, right? Obviously. Then you have depth of 2. So we only want to dive 2 directories deep. We don't want to dive the whole site. We just want to do 2 directories deep. Then you have maximum word list, or minimum, word list count. So what that means is this is only look for character, if I could talk, words with 5 characters. I don't want the, and, if, a, those type of things. I want just 5 character passwords. Now here we're going to say W, we want to write it to a passwords.txt file, and then HTTP 10.10.175.239, and then we're going to say with numbers. Now what this is going to do is it's going to do the word list and add numbers at the end, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. This is important. You don't have to do this, but sometimes you want to do this if you think, hey, you know, we know they have to use a number, right? Like if you go to create an account on the website and it says you must use a number. Well, now you know you got to add numbers in there, right? So now we're going to add numbers. So we say with numbers, we hit cat. Look how quick that was. That was so quick. So now we'll say, let's just do less and do passwords.text. And you can see as we go through there, look at all those words. They've got all the words in there. Okay. If it would let me exit. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong key, that's why. Okay. We're going to open a new tab. All right. Hopefully I'm not covering it. Okay, I'm not. Perfect. Okay, so we've got our password list, right? We've got our password list. Now we just need usernames. Well, fortunate for us, this website actually has a team.php. Okay, so if we go to the website, let's look at it. And this is why you don't want to crawl the entire website at first. You want to know where you're targeting, because this team.php, look at this. It's got all these team names: Isaiah, Daniel, Job. Okay, only 3. I thought there was gonna be more. If it had a bunch of team members, right? I don't want all the words in the rest of the website being also included in my username list. I just want these names. So, okay, cool. So we know that there's a website here that has the usernames. So let's do the same thing. We'll say cool. This time we're going to do depth of 0 because we don't want to leave this site. We just want the team.php directory. We're going to say write it to usernames.txt, not passwords.txt. And then we'll do the IP 10.10.175.239, and then team.php, and then we're gonna say we want them all in lowercase. Okay, we don't want them with weird capitalizations and stuff like that. We just want them all in lowercase. Okay, we hit enter. There you go. Cat usernames.txt, and you can see there's not a ton of them, but we got enough, right? And we've got the names in there: Daniel, Isaiah. There's Job. Okay. Let me pull that up. Alright, so now we're going to use wfuzz. If you've never used this, all it is a tool for fuzzing websites. It's a very good tool. It's very versatile. It can be used all over. We're going to use it specifically to put the username and password into this site. Now, some of you guys may have used Hydra or anything like that, different tools. You can use whatever tools you want. There's all kinds of tools out there for this. You can even just use Burp Suite. You can use whatever. But we're going to use wfuzz because that's what they're showing. So we're going to say wfuzz, and then we're going to say tac Z, and then this is where we put a file. You can see it says file, comma, and then what file are we putting? We're putting usernames.txt. Then you're going to say tac Z file passwords.txt. Okay, so now you've given it the username and the password list, right? So it doesn't know what to do with these yet. So that's what we're going to do. Now, this next one, we're going to say tac HS. This is saying hide this text, okay? So hide string. So what string are we hiding? We're going to hide please enter the correct credentials. Now, I'm going to show you why we're hiding that. So if we go back here and we go to the login page, okay, we go to login page and we type in whatever we want. You see it says, please enter the correct credentials. So we know that's not the correct website. That's what we know, okay? So that's why we're leaving that like that, because we know it's not correct. It's telling us it's not correct. So we're saying, hey, anything that comes back with please enter the correct credentials, hide that from us. I don't want to see that because we know it's incorrect. So then we say tac U, and then that's the URL, obviously. 10.10.175.239 login.php. Okay, and then this is where we're going to actually say, what do we want to fuzz? Fuzz is in we want to actually test, right? So this is where we say username equals, and we say fuzz, right? And then password and password equals. Now here, pay attention to the syntax they're putting. It's FUZ2Z. Why? Because we gave it two files. We gave it usernames and then passwords. So the first one right here, fuzz. The second one is fuzz2. Okay? Because we need it to know that it's the second one. So we hit that, then we hit enter. Okay, welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. So I was troubleshooting, basically, long story short. I was trying to show that the lines are hidden with the HS. Turns out there's some known flaw in WFuzz. If you zoom in on the terminal, the way I had it so you guys can read it, it messes up and it stops the hiding. So I fixed that, and you can see the only thing I have changed is I just changed to the correct credential instead of the whole please enter the correct credential. But basically I had to zoom out, and when I zoom out it works just fine. But like you'll see, watch, I'll just show you an example. I'll zoom in, we'll hit enter. It still shows them all, right? So I hit Control C, clear that out, zoom out, clear that out, hit enter, and now it works. So it took me a second to troubleshoot that, so that's why I cut to this. But if you guys want to see, that's what I did. I just did a quick Google, and you can see a GitHub page came up, and it said it's a known issue in WFuzz. This is a known issue due to the width of the terminal and the way the lines are hidden. So I said, okay, perfect, and I went and tried to change it, and there we go, we got it. So now, from here, there we go, we got it. We got the count, the response, the 302. Isaias and happiness is the password, right? So the first question it asks you is, what is the correct username and password? It's Isaias and happiness. So we can go ahead and stop that. Right? We don't need to keep going. Now we can go here. We can say Isaias and happiness. Don't save. Now it says, okay, what is the flag? Well, I'm going to go ahead and guess it's in confidential message. There you go. Here's your flag. So it's that easy. Just know if you guys were zoomed in on your terminal and you're getting weird errors like that, try and go back to the way the terminal was displayed by default, and then that should fix your issue. So hopefully you guys like this content. Hopefully you guys have a great day. And also check out the Advent of Cyber as much as we're doing. I usually try to do them all. Can't always promise it, but I am going to keep uploading. So thanks.